Okay. All right, here we go.
Uh,
Growl.
There we go. All right. All right. Well, as you've noticed, this is Beyond the Airwaves, the Infinity Project, and we're on a couple hours early today.
yep.
Normally
Hmm.
we'd be on at 10 p.m. Eastern, but we've dropped back a couple of hours because basically
We
of what
need
happened
to.
today. Yep, and we've got to do this. Now, normally we don't talk politics, but this time we have to.
It's okay. That's
This
what's been on
time
the news
it's
all day.
Hmm.
this
Well,
time
most of the
it's
day anyway.
this this time it's absolutely essential for us to talk about politics because I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
Um, let's do our introductions and we'll get going.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I said I was not going to change one. It was like, ah, screw it. All right. Anyway, joining us, I've got three of my crazy cohorts. First, we've got our master and creator Frodo. Hey, Frodo.
How are you guys?
And then below me is Spirit Spotter Tim. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, madam.
And over to my left, anyway, is our star child Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
All right. Well, unless you've been living under a rock today, you probably know what happened. It was supposed to be the electoral college votes getting all in there, getting done, just a ceremonial thing to finish it all up, have Joe Biden be inaugurated in 2 weeks. That sure didn't happen.
So I'm gonna start the description. So what did happen was that the Senate and House got together and decided and were doing their thing. We had the people we had figured call for it to be uh, overturned
Hmm.
on whatever basis they think they had. And after Mr. Trump had a little rally outside, everyone in the attendance of that rally decided that they were going to protest this. Well, that's fine. You have the right to protest in this
Hmm.
country. Okay. You do not, however, have the right to become violent during those protests. Hey, Jan, put your camera down a little bit. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of got my chin in my hand, so
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just wanted everyone to be able to see your face, nothing more.
Yeah.
But
okay.
anyway, getting back to what happened. Um the House and Senate were called to recess because protesters in support of Donald John Trump's continual
Baseless claims of election fraud.
I wasn't even going to go there.
Oh.
That's a fact, but I was going to say continual delusions of grandeur that he defeated
Joe
former
Biden.
Vice President Joe Biden in the November elections
Hmm.
because it is a delusion.
Yep.
Let's just let's just say it straight. It is a fucking delusion. You lost. So that's first off, okay? But they decided to storm the Capitol complex, the Capitol building itself, break windows,
Hmm.
put the lawmakers' lives in danger, put other people's lives. Generally speaking, the electoral vote count in the House and Senate Joint Committee is a ceremonial action.
Mm-hmm. Nothing more.
It really is. Today it wasn't.
No.
Um, Capitol Police did their best to protect the representatives, senators, and the members of the media that were at the Capitol building. I'm going to give all the praise in the world to Capitol Police. They did a damn good job in protecting our government. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What I am not going to give them credit for is quelling a riot that didn't need to be going on. And that's what it was. It wasn't a demonstration, it was a fucking riot. So, DC Mayor issued 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time uh,
Curfew.
mandatory curfew
It's like at
to,
6 to 6.
yeah, 6 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that time has come and gone, so theoretically it should be pretty empty right now.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm speaking, I'm going to check C SPAN really quickly just to check what's going on, but I do not think the House and Senate have gone back into session yet.
Probably not. They may not even do it till tomorrow.
No, they are still locked down, but it looks like. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
It looks like they may be back in session
At least they don't have to worry about the protesters anymore.
because I see Mike Pence sitting at the stand in the Senate.
Okay, let me take a look and find out. Hold on. Let's go to C-SPAN. 7 to 1. Okay. I hope this is not a replay of what happened today. Let's see.
That's what I'm hoping to earlier. I don't
It
know.
says
It oh,
live. It says live.
it's
Okay. I think we finally got it.
so officially right now as we speak, the Senate is back in session.
Good.
Okay, so that means the crisis is over, thank God.
Now, ain't no telling what's going to happen after the curfew's lifted tomorrow morning.
I
All
have a
right,
feeling the police and hopefully the National Guard are going to be out there making sure it doesn't happen again.
Shirley,
Hmm.
hit it.
Oh, the supernova ram rocket. Okay, bear with me, growl. I gotta get to it.
Growl.
There it is. All right, done.
All right, so I'm going to read a post that I made earlier. I abhor all of this, okay? I'm absolutely against any violence in a protest. You have everyone in this country has the First Amendment right to protest and assemble peaceably.
Hmm.
That does not mean chucking rocks and chairs and shit at the Capitol building.
Hmm.
That does not mean putting the lives of people in the Capitol building at risk. That does not mean putting anyone's life at risk or being violent.
Hmm.
So, I here's the post I made earlier.
Okay.
I officially call for every single man and woman that has breached the Capitol building and caused any sort of damage or threat to our elected officials to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And I also support any calls for Mr. Trump to be prosecuted for treason due to his pushing his supporters to violence today. This should never happen in the USA.
Hmm.
Protests must not be violent for them to be protected by the First Amendment, and this was anything but nonviolent.
Right.
I also want to say that sadly, one woman who was shot and was in serious condition earlier today has died from her wounds.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Capitol Police did what they could to protect people,
But
but
essentially, they were shorthanded.
they were shorthanded. But the real blame falls squarely on the shoulders of Mr. Trump. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot I cannot state
Come
this
on, night night pups.
Okay.
I cannot state
Wait a
this
minute.
fiercely enough. This should never happen.
No
This
shit.
was
Mm-hmm.
this was a
No shit, Sherlock.
this was a fucking democratic election, a good election. We had more security this time than we've ever had an election, big part because of our pandemic going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, we had a man. I don't even know if I want to call him a man anymore.
A
I
Man
baby?
child.
How about a baby?
I wouldn't even call him a baby.
Mm.
At
That would
this
be insulting the baby.
Yeah, good
I,
point.
at this point, I would call him uh overgrown embryo.
Mm.
A
That's a
man
good way.
The
child.
The
No,
man
a man
child.
child's still too good for him.
like I said, an overgrown embryo, and I I place the blame for this event squarely on his shoulders.
I agree.
If he hadn't said that things were going to be wild, if he hadn't said that we were going to this uh, Capitol building to have our voices heard, none of this shit would have happened.
Yeah.
Now, in my call for prosecution, I am not specif- I am not specifying Democrat, Republican, Proud Boy, BLM, Antifa, none of that. I am not specifying any person who was in that Capitol building today during these protests. You broke the law.
Mm-hmm.
The House and Senate, the Capitol building is a secured location, and unless it is open for to the public for tours and the like, which in a pandemic it won't be, it is closed to the public.
Right.
Today was no fucking exception. Y'all broke the law. I don't care who you are, who you support, what side of the aisle you're on, anything. If you were in that building during these protests, you should be afraid. Because I want every one of you to be put in jail. I don't
Uh,
care. Go
I
ahead.
saw on TV his Trump supporter was in Secretary of State Pelosi's office.
Not Secretary of State.
She's
She's
the
the
she's the House Majority Leader.
Yeah,
House Speaker.
Yeah, House
yeah.
Speaker. Thank you.
But this old man was sitting behind her desk, just shit eating, with his foot up, with his boot up on her desk.
Yeah, and then
And,
there's another picture of someone actually walking off of the podium.
yep. There's also another picture of a man sitting behind the president's desk, the president of the Senate's desk, like he owns it.
Yeah.
Okay, the Capitol building is the United States Public's building. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Technically, we do own it. But, and this is a huge caveat on that, you are not allowed to invade a house, a building, without permission from the people that are residing or currently occupying said building. That means every one of those people, at minimum, can be charged with trespass.
Mhm.
The people who caused that woman to die, all the way up the chain. I don't care, including but not limited to President Trump, should be charged with first degree murder. The
I
people,
agree.
Mhm.
what did you say?
He
I
agrees.
agree.
Every single man and woman who thought it was a great idea to be in that Senate chamber or the House chamber shooting off bullets should be arrested.
Mhm.
Every single man and woman who broke a window, who entered a private office, who stole anything should be prosecuted.
Mhm.
This is not how you protest in America. This is not how you get your voice heard. Your voice was heard November 3rd.
Mhm.
Your voice was heard. It's just that your voice got rejected by the majority. The majority of people are sick and fucking tired of how shitty this president treats every fucking man, woman, and child in this fucking country who does not conform to his fucking standards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How many people do you know um, would say, while in office, that it's okay to grab a woman's private parts?
Mhm.
No one, not a single fucking person.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
The fact of the matter is, the when 2016 happened, we had as per the and I'm speaking as the left here, the people on the left of the aisle. Okay, and I know it looked like I was on the right from the camera, but from my perspective, this is left. The people who were against Donald Trump,
I
yes,
was one of
we
them.
saw we saw what Donald Trump was. A misogynistic jerk, misogynistic, racist, bigoted,
Asshole.
xenophobic asshole who has no respect for no one except for the small little sliver of people he thinks is best, aka rich white men. Okay?
Mhm.
In other
The,
words, the Millionaire Boys Club.
exactly. The fact of the matter is this. Okay? We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to be a shit show. We also knew that he was violating emoluments, which
Mhm.
could be a charge.
Doing what?
Emo-
Violating the emoluments clause of the Constitution.
oh, I remember. I've heard of it. I forgot what it meant.
What is what you
E
said?
emoluments. The emoluments clause of the Constitution essentially says that no federal employee may receive any kind of compensation
Oh,
from outside governments to to themselves
right. I
by
got it
any
now.
means at all. He never divested himself
Nope.
from the fucking hotels.
Nope.
And
Or Trump
every
University before it went
well
bankrupt.
every single time a foreign dignitary came into this country, they were at a Trump hotel. Every single time. So that means he directly profited from the presidency.
Hmm.
And he was in
Um,
violation of this from the minute he took the oath of office.
Yep.
exactly. You know, we did get an impeachment gone through. He did not get removed from office. He did not get convicted because the Senate was so hardcore red that we wouldn't have been able to anyway. But the simple fact of the matter is, I know, the simple fact of the matter is, we, the people who voted against Trump in 2016, saw the shit show coming. And the moment I knew I was voting against him was the moment he disrespected uh that reporter from the New York Times.
Hmm.
That was it
Oh,
for me.
oh, yeah. He was mocked the disabled. I think that was
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Hmm. But as I have said multiple times already, this is fucking outrageous. This is absolutely insane. And I've seen the floods of
Oh, excuse me.
1993, the floods of 2008, the World Trade Center bombing of 1993. I've seen 9/11. I've seen the bombing of what I've seen so many fucking things in my 36 years of life. Okay, I was scared on 9/11.
Hmm.
I was in tears.
I was
Today,
too.
today I was more scared for our country, for our country and our democracy than I have ever been scared for anything in my life. And that's not a hyperbole. Surely,
Hmm.
you remember earlier when I left for a few minutes from the Zoom call
Yeah.
and I said that the stress has gotten to me?
Hmm.
That wasn't a hyperbole.
Right.
When I left, I when I left that at that moment, I had to use the restroom. And when I use the restroom, what usually happens when someone is having stress go on
Ah,
in their
gotcha.
body?
Gotcha.
It was liquid. It was fiery liquid. And that's a fact. That's how stressed this shit makes me. Seeing our fucking country, our fucking what we have come to know of as the the United States of America be so fundamentally fractured in such a perverse way scares the shit out of me. And it is perverse.
Hmm.
I
From what I hear, they are already drafting the articles of impeachment,
Yeah.
which I hope it works.
well, here's the thing. I say let the articles of impeachment go through.
Hmm.
Let them vote on them. Let them do it, right?
Right.
Because as much as Trump supporters want to deny this fact,
Hmm.
the fact is he is only the third president to be impeached.
Hmm.
He wants to be the best at something? Okay,
Let him be the best at getting impeached.
exactly. Let
Hmm.
him be the first and only United States president to have two separate articles of impeachment drafted against him, to have the House vote twice to impeach, to have that go to the Senate floor twice.
Hmm.
Let it happen. Because here's a fact: even if the vote in the Senate were to go directly party line,
Hmm.
it would still, and with a few stragglers moving around,
Yeah.
it would still be a majority, because I guarantee you, Mick, not Mitch, uh,
McMulvaney? No.
no, not Mick Mulvaney,
Romney? Romney?
Romney.
Mitt Romney.
I
Okay.
I guarantee you, Romney would vote to convict,
Hmm.
and a conviction in that sense, it would be the first time in America. But remember, you have to have a two-third majority to remove.
Right. In this
Won't
case, yeah,
happen.
yeah, because you have to have that would be 67 out of the 100.
Yep. It won't happen where he'll get removed,
No.
but I can almost guarantee he will be convicted.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
the
I.
feds are already investigating him, so
Yeah.
I wonder where that's going to lead.
Okay. Now what I got something. I actually first heard this on the Lincoln Project. Yes, I do follow that bunch. I like them a lot.
Is it legit?
Yes, the Lincoln Project is definitely legit. They are a group of former Republicans.
Ooh.
Well, actually,
What
no,
do
they
they say
actually
about
are
this
still
bullshit?
Republicans, but they were all against Trump. And one of them is Kellyanne Conway's husband,
I think he's the leader of that, isn't
Jerry. I
he?
think it's Jerry Conway's his name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Kellyanne, of course, was like the advisor to the president. I think I can't remember the exact title,
Ugh.
but her husband was one. Her husband is one of the leaders of the Lincoln Project. So it's like, oh, good. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a screenshot, a screen share. Let's see. Oh, Sajo's in the chat. He said, "What's up tonight? I was in a full of rage. My rage went to the extreme, and the words I use will get us kicked off Twitch. Thanks for not doing that. Thank God I went full rage earlier, and now I'm calmed down. Now I would use the 14th Amendment, Section 3.
In
Makes
other
sense.
words,
All right. So what I'm gonna do is let me go in here. All right, I have to do this because it's not quite there yet.
is my game too loud?
No, your game's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because to be honest, I think right now we do want to, try to get something. Because I'll be honest, for about I think 2 hours, I was able to um, avoid everything, but unfortunately, it didn't work. All right, so now I got the
Well,
screenshot.
listen, when you have somebody on the opposite side of the fence in your outfit,
Mhm.
it's kind of hard to avoid it.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, this is on Twitter, and this is from former President George W. Bush. And this is what it says. The title: Statement by President George W. Bush on insurrection at the Capitol. So here's what it says. Laura and I are watching the scenes of mayhem unfolding at the seat of our nation's government in disbelief and dismay. It is a sickening and heartbreaking sight. This is how election results are disputed in a banana republic, not our democratic republic. I am appalled by the reckless behavior of some political leaders since the election and by the lack of respect shown today for our institutions, our traditions, and our law enforcement. The violent assault on the Capitol and disruption of a constitutionally mandated meeting of Congress, which is what this is, was undertaken by people whose passions have been inflamed by falsehoods and false hopes. Insurrection could do grave damage to our nation and reputation. In the United States of America, it is the fundamental responsibility of every patriotic citizen to support the rule of law. To those who are disappointed in the results of the election, our country is more important than the politics of the moment. Let the officials elected by the people fulfill their duties and represent our voices in peace and safety. May God continue to bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Mr. Bush.
Yeah.
President. I'm going to call him president for now.
Nothing wrong with that. But I mean,
He nailed it, is what he did. He
yeah,
absolutely 250% nailed it.
yeah, mm-hmm. And I had posted like on my wall and on my Twitter page. I said, "This is no longer the United States of America. This is the divided states of America."
Hopefully, once
And
Biden
you
gets
know
in
who's to
office,
blame for
hey,
that division?
not true.
Oh,
You want to know something? Hopefully, when Biden gets in office and things settle down, he might be able to do his job. Now,
yeah,
go ahead, Frodo.
yeah.
You know who is exactly the reason that this is the divided states?
Trump.
The
Yeah.
former asshole and the former asshole in chief.
Yeah.
No, he's not former yet.
Not yet. He still has a job for
Okay,
two
the
weeks.
asshole in chief.
Yeah. He still holds a
He's
job
Twitch,
for less than
do
2 weeks
not
actually.
he's
Twitch.
the lame duck right
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And key specificity on the word lame.
Mm-hmm. Because I've never seen anybody so lame in my life. Yeah. Well, one thing I found out, they are reconvening
Actually,
right
my
now.
wife just came up with a funny.
Okay. What?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so lame duck, references of her sitting uh higher up in office that has been elected out, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah said that doesn't fit Trump because lame duck is too good for him.
That's true.
Oh, I'm going to type something in chat that would fit him better because I can't
No?
mention it on Twitch.
Well, I'd have to be careful and make sure it's not seen on Zoom. Because see, the Zoom window's in Twitch, so I gotta be careful. So I'll probably have to look at it after the show, which is fine. But yeah, they are back.
There you go. You can look in chat later.
Okay, I'll look at it later.
My,
Him
I won't
already
ask.
looked.
Don't worry, I won't ask. I'll look at it later.
well, yeah, we can't say that or we're gonna get kicked off
Yeah,
Twitch.
I'll wait till afterward, and it'll be all right.
But that said,
Well, there is a way
Hey,
you could.
Tim,
no,
just simple
I-
yes or no. It fits, right? Tim,
oh yes, oh it definitely does. Yes, Janet fits.
Okay,
okay, I couldn't hear you before.
okay. Hang on. Oh, I think I know how to solve the problem. Hang on. Let me see if I can do. I'm gonna pick like something where I'm gonna play the supernova rant rocket. That way I can see the word and they can't see it on the screen. That work?
That'll work.
Okay. Give me. All right. Here we go.
Oh, shit. I knew it would be.
There. See, I figured out a way to look at it so that way it wouldn't be seen on Twitch. And there, done.
I was trying to be nice,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, the Democrats take control of the Senate. That is true. Because remember last night I said it wasn't looking good for Warnock and Ossoff? I was wrong. They won.
Yep.
Yay!
Which means that
The
I want to
Democrats get
I want to
control.
also say that also means that the poison that Mr.
Mr. LD Trump.
No, not LD Trump.
Mitch
McConnell
McConnell.
tried to put into the bill is going to be removed, and it's going to be
Okay.
where everyone will agree. Everyone deserves a $2,000
Mm-hmm.
check.
Yep. Yeah, because you guys remember last night I said, now Frodo, you weren't here. Tim was, but you remember I said it wasn't looking good.
Oh, yeah, I remember that earlier.
Yeah, I honestly last night said it wasn't looking good. I wake up this morning, it's like, wait a minute, Warnock won? Yes.
Yeah, Warnock won,
And then
and
Ossoff,
I
we
think
found out about during the middle of all this craziness, we found out Ossoff won too.
yeah, we were so just so everyone knows, full disclosure, me, Shirley, and Tim have been on Zoom now for 5 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. But see, that's the
Ugh.
beauty of me having that one host for 14.99. We're unlimited.
But yeah, we've literally been on for that long
Mhm.
because all this shit that's been going on
Mhm.
has really stressed everyone in the
Yeah.
group out.
Yeah,
It really.
and especially our resident Joker Mike. He's got a little bit of anxiety about this right now, and and he
I
didn't want to
hope
be on
he
the show
comes
tonight.
in
It's
for
okay.
Among Us
Well,
later on.
we'll find out. We're not worried about that right now. But it's okay. He did not want to come in. That's perfectly fine because
Hey, it's
it's
okay. I
stress.
agree.
It's a very stressful situation.
Yeah,
It
and
So,
really is. And I mean, like I said earlier, me taking a liquid is proof positive of it being stressful.
hmm now I
But
found. Oh, go ahead. I'm
you know
sorry.
what I do when I stress out, Frodo? I want to eat like a pig. No offense to anybody out there listening, but
but
when I get
for
stressed
me,
about something, I want to eat like
Eat and eat and
crazy.
eat. Yeah. Go ahead, Frodo.
for me personally, it's not so much about eating as it is just
Purging.
when I stress, I tend to recede into myself.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
And I realize that that's not healthy at all for me,
Yeah.
but it's a fact. I can't help it.
No. I mean, now this is a strange thing for me when it comes to stress. Now this is really weird for me. If if I know the weather is going to turn really bad during the day, my appetite actually goes down.
I remember during that last storm, Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's one thing I could tell you. When that derecho went through, I was I was like, "Oh shit." Cuz I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I even put up a warning on Facebook.
Yeah.
But it got worse than I could have imagined.
I
And
believe that.
I'm sitting here at home watching all this shit happen. I'm like, "Fuck." Cuz I'm convinced at some point our windows are going to blow out.
Mm. Yeah, and I remember the next day I got a few of the leftovers from that derecho.
Well,
Oh,
knock on
Ma-
wood. Knock on wood. I very seldom suffer through a derecho.
Yeah, that's true because what you get is the occasional haboobs though.
Right, and they are Arizona's equivalent of a derecho.
That's true because they can do just
But
as much. They can be pretty damaging
anyway,
too.
we live near a cul-de-sac. We
Hmm
got a cul-de-sac that's two houses down from us into a little cul-de-sac. And one day the wind came through west to east,
hmm
and our street acted like a wind tunnel.
Ah, I know
And
what you're
it
talking
came
about.
through so hard and so fast that we had a good sized tree with a root ball, okay,
That's
about
yeah,
like
I believe
this.
it. I believe it.
And the wind
Who the
came through so hard and so fast that it blew the tree over.
Yeah, but I mean, I will tell you the truth. You guys know, until a couple of hours ago, I've been a Republican. I'm now independent.
You know
I'm
what? Dad
done.
said you could, there's just one drawback. You can't vote in the primary as an independent, but you could vote in the general.
Right, which is what I wish we could do. Like see, I'll tell you right now, here in Montgomery, when we have the mayor's race every 4 years, there is no Democrat or Republican ticket. It's everybody, which is something I like. We vote on everybody. We have everybody, no matter which party it is, and we vote based on the qualifications or whatever.
I wish we could do that
With the primaries and
nationwide.
runoffs, if we can do the
Right.
primaries and runoffs, that'd be great. Because
Yep, yep.
there could be some Democrats I like, there could be some Republicans I like, but we can't do that.
We can't vote cross party, and that sucks.
I know. I wish we could because I wish we could just take that all away and vote on each person based on qualification, what they're
And
going to do, and
do,
so forth. Take the
yeah,
party out of it.
yeah.
That's why I'm glad, at least in the general election, I can vote whichever way I want. That's why I can say I can vote purple. Because you see, the problem is there's some parts where like you only have one Democrat in a running, and then another part you'll have one Republican in the running.
Oh,
So
man, so you write it in your own entry. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Ace Cooper.
no, I mean that. No, I mean for the president and such. No, but there's some individual offices like Alabama State Supreme Court seat 3 or something like that. And there's only one person. So
Okay, you mentioning this makes me think of something, and I gotta do a quote.
okay.
This is a quote from George Washington's farewell address on Saturday, September 17th, 1796. However, political parties may now and then answer popular ends. They are likely in the course of time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and usurp for themselves the reins of the government, destroying afterwards the very engines which have lifted them to unjust domination.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like someone we know, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. We all, Frodo had already mentioned there was one woman that has unfortunately died as a result of this today, and somebody had the absolute nerve to say it was a cop who shot a peaceful protester. Really?
I
Storming the
thought the
Capitol?
woman.
Storming the Capitol is a peaceful protest? No, it is not.
So I thought the woman was an innocent bystander.
She may have, I don't know. I don't know all the
We
details
don't
yet.
we don't know the story about the woman.
Hmm.
All we know is she was shot and she is now dead.
Right.
And it's all because of these protests.
Yeah.
She could have very well have been a worker working with,
Yeah, because I will tell you right now. I think we talked about it last week. Hotel Harrington is like it's very close. The Proud Boys were supposed to go stay there. Hotel Harrington said, "No way, we're closing that day."
the what boys?
Proud Boys,
Proud
the
Boys.
Proud Boys.
They're a extreme right wing group that basically they're the group that
Trump
during
mentioned to
the
say, "Stand up and stand by."
stand back
Stand
and
back, stand
stand by.
by. Okay.
But the thing is, this is just
It's
I
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm
What
so
happened today is fucking stupid.
I'm sorry.
Nailed it.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, but this
This is just awful. Period.
It's
yeah.
stupid. Period.
It's awful. And this is what my take is. Okay, I have nine. When we have 9 electoral votes, of course, that means we have 7 representatives and our 2 senators. Now, of the 9, 7 of those 9 decided they're going to back up this plan to basically overthrow the election. The only 2 who didn't, Richard Shelby, who is a Republican, by the way. And I have a pretty good. I think he's going to retire in 2022. That's the next round for him. And Terry Sewell, she is the lone Democrat in the state who represents West Alabama. The other 7, let's see, I can't remember all their names, but I know our resident idiot Tommy Tuberville, who A does
Ugh.
not know the 3 branches of government, sorry, B.
Somebody doesn't know how to count.
Sorry about that. I started to sound like Kevin's brother from Home Alone. But anyway, like I said, A, who does not know the 3 branches of government, and B, does not understand the Voting Rights Act at all. I feel like if
Oh shit.
anybody wants to get into the House or the Senate, they have to take a mandatory quiz saying, do you know the 3 branches of government?
Well, you know what? If immigrants have to that come to this country illegally have
Have
to
to
know that to take their citizenship test,
hmm
what about the people in office?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'd agree with
Sorry,
that.
I had to turn my headphones up a little because Mom was debating with Jack
Oh,
about the dogs in the lab.
yeah, but seriously. And then we have our new guy Barrymore. He just got sworn in. He just got elected. He decided to join the fray. Mo Brooks, the idiot from Huntsville. Now I don't know who the others are off the top of my head, unfortunately, but you see, 6 out of the 7 representatives are Republicans.
Oh, that's why they decided to join the fray.
Yep,
Oh, good luck, a-holes, you lost.
yeah, because I have a pretty good idea. Now they've all reconvened, and here's something interesting. The senator from Oklahoma, James Langford, I saw him on C-SPAN earlier, and he said something to the effect of, "Let's just get this done. Let's not do this protesting bit because this challenging bit because it's going too far."
Amen. He nailed it too.
Mm-hmm.
I just I'm I'm so sick and tired of all the vitriol.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Welcome to the club. I think we all are.
Amen to that,
We
man.
all, we all,
Seriously.
we all, we all are.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through nothing but 4 years of it. It's time it stopped.
Yeah.
and here's a fact that I want to say. 4 years ago, yeah, I called for I called for watching everything going on. Oh, holy shit!
What?
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 Close your mouth. You look like a fish, Frodo.
Talk to me.
This news just shocks the shit out of me.
Okay, what is it?
I'm gonna share it into the messenger
Okay.
because it's on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
But this is shocking to me.
Good or bad news?
Good.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Facebook says Trump's account has been blocked for 24 hours.
Yay! Now, why can't we make it the full?
Full banishment? Don't know yet.
Yeah.
Because he's still a political figure. He has to have an access.
Oh, okay.
Only for 2 more weeks. Then they should ban him permanently.
Okay. What did his account need to be blocked? Well, after today, he needed it.
Get out of the garbage can, dog.
Get out of the garbage.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. 1. Time's up. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, don't be a smartass like I am with that.
I didn't do it. I wasn't there.
You're
Don't blame
guilty.
me. It's just not fair. Hey,
Hey.
It's all your fault, Tim. No, just kidding.
Huh,
activated
you
what-
need a sense of humor.
I have activated my sus meter and chaos goddess sauce.
All right. Well, anyway, I love to do the crypto quote every day, and I post it every day. Well, I think today was exactly a perfect fit because this is the quote: "The power of choosing good and evil is within the reach of all."
Yep.
Amen.
That
And
was
I
that
gotta
like
say-
that was a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, people for Bernie, Twitter has something poignant to say. You're either Antifa or you're pro-fascism.
Hmm.
There is no middle ground.
Nope.
The question today isn't which side you're on. That question has already been answered.
Hmm.
We know who sided with fascism.
Yep.
Don't let them escape it.
Hmm. And it just
Sorry, my cat is being goober.
Well, if there's one good thing about a cat, they don't have to think about this kind of stuff.
Hey. Buddy, over here. I'm gonna try and get him on the air.
Okay.
Oh, John McConnell to Beyond the Airwaves, the Infinity Project. What story will you share it?
Look,
Okay, hold
everyone,
on.
Hi,
Uh-huh.
Maddie.
I want to
Aww.
officially welcome Maddie to the show.
Hi,
Hi,
Maddie.
Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
Thank you for thank you for calling.
Meow.
Call,
Hi, back.
Aw, it's good to see Maddie.
Yeah.
A good see.
He's
So let
kind
me
of
honest say this:
our
a pet will help us calm down quite a bit.
he's
I've
pretty
got two
much
of them, and one of them's in the cage laying down.
he's pretty much our mascot for this show.
Yeah,
And
What
if
about
you
my
look,
two dogs? What about my two dogs? Can they be
yeah, they can
mascots too?
count. Let's see. I think Tim. I think you and I are probably the only two who don't have pets.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, it's like I said. I had Chester, but of course we had to put him down 4 years ago. So
he looks like he's happy.
yeah.
He's also purring.
Aw. Uh, pet. Yeah, pet. If there's one thing after stress, pets are the best friends you can have.
Oh
So
yeah,
This
That
one
is
is no
true.
exception.
yeah, pets are so wonderful to help de-stress.
yeah.
So I mean, but here's the thing: if you do get a pet, you have to remember you're committed to it. Don't just have it for 1 week and then take it back. Okay, that's not how
Hey,
it
my
works.
my puppies will be 3 years old in March.
hmm Yeah, and like you see, it's been almost five. It'll be 5 years in March for me since I lost Chester. But hopefully,
Uh-huh.
when things start to open back up a little bit, I want to find maybe like a nice small dog for me and mom. You know.
Go to the shelter
Oh,
first. Go
that's
to
what I'm
the
going to
local.
do. I go to the Humane Society first. That's what I always do. I'll go there first.
Yeah.
So, but seriously, if you do consider getting a dog or a cat, remember, don't do it just to say, "Oh, I just want to get through this," and then put it back in the shelter. Don't do that. Okay. If I'm going to get one, it's going to be for life.
Why
Okay.
is it showing my printer offline?
Oh dear.
Well, and honestly, this cat that you guys just saw has been one of my best friends since my wife and this cat have kept me from doing stuff that my brain wants to do.
Yeah.
For example, and I'm not making any threats, but my brain tells me to eviscerate my uncle on a daily basis.
Hmm.
But if it weren't for my wife, if it weren't for my wife and this cat, I probably would have already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, think about this. Mitt Romney was on his way from Salt Lake City to Washington. He got basically accosted, not physically accosted, but he was basically taunted by some Trump supporters because they were wanting to know why he would not overturn the election. It's like, look, he believes in the due process of law, he believes in the process, and he just believes in getting it done.
You know, and I'm going to say this, and I don't mean to be rude towards you, Shirley,
Yeah, go ahead.
but
If it's got to
as
do with the
as
Republicans, do it. I don't mind anymore.
as you have stated earlier, you decided to become an independent.
Yep.
I'm going to say this. Donald John Trump has been, continues to be, and will always be known
As
as the
yes,
as the absolute worst president ever, and
Agreed.
the one man who, through his actions, tried to push this country into full on civil war.
Mm-hmm.
The the Republican Party, as it has been even 5 years ago, when there was still a moral compass behind the Republican Party,
Mm-hmm.
the Republican Party we all know is dead.
Yep, you're right.
It is it is dead.
Hmm.
The Republican Party has turned into a despot party,
More like
and
a cult.
that's a fact.
I'd say it's more like a cult.
It's both the cult of Trump and a despot,
Hmm.
because that's what Trump is.
Yep,
He is a despot.
yep. He's a despot that's desperate to get that office back.
He's a despot
Oh,
that is desperate to maintain his despot attitude towards those who despise him.
Yep, exactly. Now, what I'm going to do is, I have started following a representative Adam Kinzinger, and Tim, and you said he's from Illinois, correct?
I believe he is, yes.
All right. Well, anyway, he posted this to his FB page today, and this was before all the chaos even started. Okay. Congress does not have the power to overturn the will of the people, and any attempt to do so would create a constitutional crisis and set a very dangerous precedent for the future. We cannot let lies and false promises destroy our republic. Instead, we must accept the truth and move forward. There is no proof of widespread voter fraud and thus nothing to be debated here today. To my constituents and my colleagues, and to the American people, it is my sincere hope that we can move past this election together. We do not have to relinquish our core policy or ideological beliefs, but we must put aside our differences and remember that the nation itself will only survive if if the people continue to have faith in its institutions. As we begin this 117th Congress, I will continue to work tirelessly to enact conservative policies, but more importantly, I will work to do the right thing and give people faith in their government once more. Now, unfortunately, people started calling him Rhino, Republican in name only, started attacking him and so forth. Well, I decided to respond better. Here's what I typed, and this is my words. Do not. Let me start that over. Don't worry about what anyone here is telling you. As Danny Williams yelled to Steve McGarrett in the 2013 Hawaii Five-O episode Hookman, be you. It's very you of you. I'm a true Republican voter from Alabama, and I can honestly say this is no longer the United States of America. Our country has become the divided states of America. It's sad when people can't simply accept the results and move on. Families and friendships have been destroyed simply because of who they voted for. It breaks my heart, and I know my late father, Senior Master Sergeant Nelson D. Burton Jr., United States Air Force, would feel the same way. This situation would be like if LSU wanted to contest Alabama's win over them, just as Alabama is about to play for the national championship. Sorry for the college football reference, it's the only thing I could compare it to. And it was. The best thing to do now is stay strong and stay true to yourself. Don't even worry what the rest of the world thinks.
I love the way you put things perfectly, Shirley.
Mm-hmm. Because if that kind of Republican I stand by, because we don't have to agree on everything. That's okay. That's
That's
fine.
the cool thing about this world. We can agree to disagree.
Well, at least this
I'll be right
country
back.
anyway. At least in this country anyway. Because you have to remember, there's some parts of the world you disagree, they can shoot and kill you. Right?
Didn't I just say that?
Janet, you said this world, this
Yeah.
country.
Right. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's all right. But see one of the biggest problems is seriously, it's this two-party system. That's one of the that's one huge problem is this two-party system. I feel like we need to dump it altogether and just start voting on people based on their qualifications, their ability to do the job, so forth, so on. No Democrat, no Republican. Because in the general election, you can do that. The primary runoff, you can't. Which I think that's ridiculous.
It's a pain in the arse.
Hmm. Now, another problem is the Electoral College. A lot of people want to do away with it. Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one, okay? The reason why it was established was to keep the states in check. If we didn't have it, California and New York, being both heavily Democrat, they could practically run away with it, and that almost wouldn't be fair to all the other states. Okay, but
No.
but
But
here's the
basically, what it is a kind of like a break to keep things in check.
Right.
to keep the party from running downhill.
Right, exactly. Because think about it. California, New York, they're not even swing states, right?
Right.
Yeah, they are not considered swing states. But, you know, one thing I wish they could do with electoral college, let's go back to this past election. Let's say Joe Biden let's use California with its 55 electoral votes. Joe Biden gets 56% of the vote, while Donald Trump gets 44% of the vote. Why not split them instead of having it go to one person? That would make it a lot harder
Kind of like,
to get to 270.
yeah, just like Nebraska and Maine do with their congressional districts,
Mm-hmm.
where so such and such a district might give theirs to Trump, while all the other ones give theirs to Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Why not do it the same way for everybody?
Yeah.
Every congressional district in every state.
Right.
You know, find a way to divvy up the number of electoral votes
Mm-hmm.
accordingly, and then let each district vote for the candidate that they want. Of
Right.
course, that's not
Exactly.
going to happen because some states have enacted laws where the winner of the state gets everything,
Yeah, which
which
I
is
kind of think that
fine. But
it's fine in the state of Maine per se because they've only got three. So
but imagine a state like California trying
Oh, you
something
know what?
with the
like that.
55, yeah,
There's somebody calling themselves John McConnell
that's
sending
our
message.
that's our new
That's
guy. B
Oh,
button.
B button.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
B
I.
button.
I'm sorry, B button. I'm sorry.
Well, um,
I can see where it would get a little confusing. I'm sorry.
the ice cube on on uh on what was it? The ice cube on Mass Dancer just got voted off and revealed to be Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. You mean they've actually got
Okay,
programming
Bill
back to
Nye, the
normal?
science guy.
Frodo.
Huh.
There was a gal that was doing a trapeze routine. She slipped and fell and hit the floor. What happened to her? Oh, you watch the show and you don't know what happens to the contestants?
Mm, no.
I didn't watch everything.
Oh, but yeah. But you see now, some people are saying we need to eliminate it altogether. Here's the only big problem: it's in the Constitution, which means it's going to take a constitutional amendment to either change it or do away with it altogether. That's the big
If doing
problem.
if doing away with it would be more of a problem than fixing it, why don't we just fix it?
Yeah, and just do that. Do like I said. If Biden gets 56, Trump gets 44, or go what you said. Go with each district. That would make it easier. That would make it that much easier because that would create a situation where it might be very difficult to get to 270. Because the problem, see, here's the thing: the electoral college, it's the race to 270. The first one to get it, not necessarily who has the most in the end.
Guess what's going on now,
Uh,
according to CNN?
what?
This is as of 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump are calling senators and urging them to press ahead with objections.
I have a feeling after
As if
today they're not going to do it.
some of them are already saying we changed our minds, we don't want to do it because this has got to end now
Yeah. After
before
today,
things reignite.
mm-mm. After today, it's like I
If,
don't think so,
if
Trump.
nothing else, if you ever doubted for a minute that Donald Trump wanted this to happen, now you have your proof.
Yeah.
The fact that these riots occurred has not deterred him.
Mm-hmm.
If you doubted that he was responsible for the riots, the one dead woman, here you have him continuing to egg it on.
Yep.
This
And
man at 74 is acting like a baby.
like a 2-year-old.
Police ought to break in
Nothing more.
wherever he's hidden and drag his ass out of there.
Hmm.
They need to invoke the 25th Amendment right now.
Yeah, I agree. Because now I've gone independent, but me being Republican, I felt so embarrassed by Trump.
I'm a Democrat and I'm embarrassed by the asshole too.
Yeah. Well, think about it. I'm a Republican, or was. I was a Republican. But it's like after
Here's the
after
thing that
today,
really.
I'm done with it.
Here's the thing. That scares the shit out of me, especially for people
Oh
like you.
no. I'm gonna have to write back. Sorry.
Mom?
Yep.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Yeah. John McConnell, he had to go, Frodo. He said he had to go.
No, he's good.
No, no, I was watching him in Facebook chat before I embarrassed myself by not knowing who he was.
Another thing, too, this is as of 7 minutes ago. Top White House national security officials are considering resigning. And these are some of Trump's top aides, to include National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien. Why are they considering resigning? Because of Trump's response to the mob.
Yep.
Guess what, Trump?
Trump's own people are his own people are bailing on him.
Will they go with Biden? I wonder.
Don't know,
Who knows?
but I know that they're they're sick of Trump and his rhetoric and the fact that this mob took place because of him.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. I am sick and fucking tired of this. This whole 4 years has been an unmitigated shit show, and we're witnessing in Shirley's thing a result of this unmitigated shit show. You have families literally being torn apart. You have friends telling friends to fuck off. You have people, I'm all for friendly debate. I am all for debate. Okay? So please don't recount that I'm not saying debate is good, because it is. What I am saying is having a political issue be the reason you and your family fight is not cool. And it's all because of
Get in
one man.
that cage. Go. Get in that cage. Sorry, not talking to you.
Not a cage. You're caged.
No, I was telling the dog to get in the cage.
I'm gonna put you in a cage. I'll put you in a cage in Among Us.
Well, we'll
Oh
just have to
my!
wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see in about 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Hopefully Shirley comes back.
She will.
Tack, 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 tack. Hit, punch, poke, prod, slap, kick.
The idea
drop.
behind that, for those that haven't noticed, when I'm in Among Us on certain computers, I have the old doctors thing from back in the day when it was the Black Death, that whole beak thing as my hat.
And I would love to peck you to pieces. Okay, princess.
Tack, 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 tack.
Come on.
I'm gonna peck you, Tim.
She ain't gonna quiet down.
I peck your brain.
Peck, 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 peck.
Why? It can't. No. We have that thing on the end.
Come on, you can do it.
Anyway,
Where were we? Oh,
I'm still here. I'm just doing something for Sarah.
hey Sarah, you gonna play Among Us tonight?
She can't hear you.
Okay.
Ask her if
Sorry, guys.
she's
I'm in the middle of making toast. So
Mo- mom not feeling good.
no, she's actually not been feeling good. So
Well, I hope she'll be okay.
yeah, she'll be all right. I think problem was she was under a lot of stress yesterday, not today, and nothing to do with this today.
I'm back.
I will be, but
Welcome
I should tell you
back.
I'm working on toast. So
I heard you.
ooh, ooh.
Anyway, I was gonna say what really upsets me is
Oh,
the
what?
fact that this whole
Oh, I'm gonna let
last
him out so we can go watch Wheel of Fortune with Daddy. Hold on.
Okay.
this whole last 4 years has been it, it's bad because it's really pushing people to ignore and disrespect their own families like your mom
We
does.
cannot put up with the
Hmm.
dog barking like that.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
let's just say I said in front of her,
Okay,
I said
damn
he
it.
needs to be charged with insurrection, sedition, and treason. She said, "Why don't you go up there to Washington?" I said, "Mom, what would I want to do that for? Okay, he started it." She said, "No, he didn't."
Well, you know what?
Oh, that's the toast. Be right back.
Okay.
It's all your fault, Jan.
I'm not the one that started the riots on Capitol Hill. So why are
No,
you blaming
Yeah,
me?
Chaos got us sus.
no cartoons is sus.
Whatever. No, we could blame Pinky and the Brain.
They're pinky, and the brain. Sarah,
North.
do you want to sing it?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
They're Pinky and the Brain. They're Pinky
I
and the
think you
Brain.
can.
One is a genius and the other insane. And I don't know where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Frodo.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Are
Okay,
you
back.
okay? Are
Sorry.
you? No, we started singing. They're pink. You know who started the helped Trump start the riots on Capitol Hill?
Who?
They're Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other insane.
Yep,
So
that's
which
the one.
one had the biggest part in it?
The biggest part in what? The riots?
Yeah.
Probably the brain whispering sweet nothings into Trump's ear. What do you think, Cheryl?
Well, the brain's got enough, but to be honest, I don't know if he would go this far. You know, I don't think he'd do
Okay.
something like this.
Point
He's
taken.
smart. I think he's smarter than that.
Just I don't
All
Uh
right.
know.
oh. Something didn't work right. Please restart your Roku device and try again. Okay, alright. Apparently something's
Even
up.
though I do have Dish TV, I'm at Direct TV. Can I still use a Roku?
Yes.
Oh
What
wow,
kind
they
of
have Name
thing?
That Tune on. Okay. A new Name That Tune.
Yeah, I can name that tune in 2 notes, and he does too.
hmm Not system update, system restart. There we go. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like what the hell happened? How
Trump
did we
being an
get to
asshole.
this? Yeah, no. How did it get to such a point where it's like people don't care? I'll admit when I was a kid, I hated losing. Okay,
You
other
still
times
do to a you,
I
you
still
still do
do
to a
to a
point.
point. But it's not going to be to the point of I'm going to go to like headquarters and do something, right?
True, true. Point taken.
It's
I
not.
think sure. I think Shirley's a lot more logical than what we're talking about with Trump.
Hmm
Uh huh.
But I need to say, we're not trying to say that if you chose Trump, you're wrong. What I am saying is that if you chose Trump, you are partially responsible for this happening.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Well,
hmm
I didn't choose Trump.
Bullshit! You chose Trump all day!
Actually, I voted for the other guy.
I'm
Now,
kidding.
yeah, in 2016, I didn't vote for Trump or Clinton because I didn't like either one. I actually wrote in Bernie. But this
Well,
year I said, I ain't going to do that again. I'm voting Biden.
amen to that.
Yeah, so I was like, after what happened last time, I'm going to make sure my vote counts. And me working the poll on November 3rd, I mean, I myself did not have to deal with any idiots at all. Now, when I went to eat dinner, however, there were like two guys yelling about, oh, it's our constitutional right. We don't have to wear a mask, blah, blah, blah. I never heard a thing because I wasn't there. So,
Oh, you must have left.
no, I actually was having dinner over in the kitchen area of the church.
Oh,
Yeah, I was eating dinner because I was hungry. But, but that was really the only serious incident we had. There was really no problems at all, and by 7 p.m. there were only two people left voting.
so you got that's when you got home by 8, right?
Right. Got home by about 8. We had to clean up everything because we had to get the church back to normal. So
Yeah, for Sunday services.
no, for like they have like some parts have a school in the now I don't know if they did at the time because the pandemic was going on, so I have no
Uh huh.
idea. But I mean, for me, the experience of actually being a poll worker, it really opened my eyes up a little bit because you get to meet
Yes,
people, you greet people on both sides. I didn't say anything on anybody.
because
Everybody
you
just
weren't allowed to. You had to sign a disclosure statement, right?
yeah, that and had to make sure you were not wearing anything um that would
They
be
gave away
one
your party.
side or the other. So that's why I'm so glad I wore purple that day.
No, you know what you should have wore?
What?
Bright neon purple.
No, I
Or
would not
better
do that.
yet, one of your Thunderbirds or Ghost shirts.
Well, I wore my Thunderbirds Go mask. Because you see, they had one provided, but I couldn't stand the smell. They were had like how you get that strange smell when you first open something. I
Yeah,
couldn't
the
stand it, so I put my
smells kind
Thunderbirds
of like
mask back on.
mothballs to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, here's the funny thing. I think we're done pretty much with the discussion about the uh issue
Election?
today,
Yeah,
unless stuff comes up. We're gonna stray away for a little while because we don't
yeah.
want to
We really need to.
oversaturate it.
Mm-hmm.
But like for me, because of these stupid things, I have a very strong sense of smell,
Mm-hmm.
and like whenever I
Oh,
enter a different
oh,
place or
ah,
location,
Mm-hmm.
every place has a unique smell.
Yeah.
hey,
Every
Shirley, you should have worn a shirt this color.
Nah, I don't even have a
Neon
shirt that
yellow?
color. I don't have one that color.
Okay, as you were saying, Frodo.
but yeah, for me,
Oh,
every
oh, 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 oh.
What,
Speaking of
what, what, what?
something that speaking of something that just came up,
Hmm.
I just saw something on CNN's website. I think everybody's gonna like. Posted 7 minutes ago, and I would have never seen this coming. But after the events of today, maybe I can believe this. There's a growing number of Republicans who say that they believe Trump should be removed from office.
Ooh. Yes.
Yay!
As after violent pro Trump protesters stormed the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, a growing number of Republican leaders told CNN that they believe Donald Trump should be removed from office before January 20th. Four
Yes.
of them called for the Four of them called for the 25th Amendment to be invoked, and two others said the president should be impeached. He has to be impeached and
Yay!
removed. Said he
Boo!
has to be
Oh,
impeached
oh,
and
oh.
removed. Said he has to be impeached and removed. Said one current Republican elected official. A former senior official said the president's actions were egregious enough to remove him, even with such a short time left in his tenure. I think this has been a huge shock to the system, said the former official. How do you keep him in place for 2 weeks after this?
Yeah.
By
um
impeaching and removing Trump, even at this late stage of his term, the Senate could subsequently vote to disqualify Trump from ever holding federal office again. On the other
Nice.
hand, invoking invoking the 25th Amendment would require Vice President Mike Pence and a majority of the cabinet to vote to remove Trump from office due to his inability to, quote, discharge the powers and duties of his office, end quote, an unprecedented step.
Yay! Now we could applaud, Shirley.
Yes. I think
um
I think after
I'm
today, I have a suspicion that there's going to be no more rejection on anything.
I doubt it. After that, I highly doubt there will be.
Yeah.
yeah, because this is just ridiculous. This situation should never have occurred.
Mm-hmm.
It never should have. And it let's just be real for a minute. It can't occur.
Yeah.
It can't occur if we want to maintain the great experiment that is the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe we don't need Pinky in the Brain after all.
Yeah. Oh, listen to this. I'm watching MSNBC with Rachel Maddow right now. Breaking news sources: more Trump administration resignations could be coming.
I read that also, yep.
Yeah, this is getting to be explosive. This
Mm-hmm.
situation is explosive. Absolutely.
But you know what? He's going to be carried out, kicking and fighting.
Let him.
Let him,
If we
because
see it on
honestly,
camera, that'll finally show all these Trumplicans what that man really is like. A baby.
Or they'll try to fight people trying to move him.
They're not going to be able to. Not this
here's the
time.
thing.
They're going to be ready this time.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
the Donald Trump I'm going to I want to speak directly to any Donald Trump supporters that may listen or do listen to this show. You guys, I understand that you like Donald Trump. I don't get why, but that's not for me to decide. What I do think is that you need to wake up. This presidency, this president, this man, for lack of a better term, um, has consistently, destructively, and maliciously caused so much division in this country that it's it's causing people to lose their families.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw you under the bus for a moment, Shirley,
That's okay. I understand this time. I'm not
but
upset.
but Shirley's mother is a hardcore Trump fan. And every time Shirley tries to even make mention that she doesn't think Donald Trump is a good president, her mother starts screaming and yelling at her and arguing with her.
Hmm.
Earlier today, when Shirley tried to say that this was all Trump's fault, she literally said, "How can it be? That wasn't Trump doing it. It doesn't matter."
Hmm.
Okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care what you like about Donald Trump, but as an American citizen, I ask you now, look back at the last 4 years.
Hmm.
How many family members have you lost because of your support? How many friends have you alienated because of your support? How many human beings cannot stand to be near you anymore because you support someone whose mission in life in this presidency has been to take away rights from individuals in this country?
Yeah. Okay, now here's some more things that came out of Twitter. Tim had mentioned about the growing number of GOP leaders. And listen to this: GOP Senator Kelly Loeffler, who lost her Senate runoff race, drops plans to object to Georgia election results in the aftermath of the riots.
Good for her.
Hmm. And also, Governor Andrew Cuomo, New York, at the request of the U.S. National Guard, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo will deploy 1,000 members of the New York National Guard to Washington, D.C. Now, I don't know if it's going to be for now or it could be for the inauguration.
It could be for anything. But like I said, think about, if you're a Trump supporter, how often you've had people literally block you on social media.
Hmm.
Because I could guarantee you it's probably happened more than you know.
Hmm.
And our house cleaner is a Trump supporter. So is one of our best friends.
Hmm. And listen.
And I'm gonna say, I don't disrespect you for your opinions.
Hmm.
Your opinions are your own, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But if you've been a rabid Trump supporter and been attacking anyone who disagrees with you, how do you feel losing people?
Yeah, because basically you crossed the line right there. It's like that one guy, Frodo. You and I had to put up with that one guy before. Remember?
Vaughn?
Yep. Remember
Oh
him?
God.
All that trouble he would cause both of us because he's saying, "Oh, Thundercats is in the same league, is in the same group as blah blah blah." I was like, "No, it's not."
It's the same type of thing. It's
Hmm.
ridiculous
Yeah,
that
let's just say this: when it comes to something where you and I would provide the facts, all he would come up with is the same old thing, right? He keeps saying
and that's
that's not no, I mean, that's not true. Everybody's saying God, Legends of Chima. Remember that?
yeah.
Most of us knew it was a knockoff of Thundercats. He said no, it's not.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I never did meet the idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. I dealt with him, and I felt myself losing brain cells every time. But
Yeah, I mean, and what's really crazy is he would like put notification after notification after notification. It's like, we get it. Can you stop? And then he would like picture after picture. It's like, put it in an album. It's not that difficult.
he's actually a big part of the reason why total tunage exists.
Yeah, exactly. I decided to start Total Tunage, and I noticed that Vaughn almost got in there, but I stopped him before he even had a chance to start any trouble.
Good for you, Cheryl.
Yeah. Oh, Mitt Romney, I salute those who have withdrawn their objections. Thank you.
I do
It's
too.
I'm
Even
glad
even
because.
even even if it's just to preserve the peace.
No,
Mhm.
here's my thinking, okay? Um, we as American citizens need to, on January 20th at 12:01 p.m.,
Mhm.
once
Locally.
Trump is no longer president, I am calling officially for every single American in the country. Drop your prejudice. Drop your bullshit.
Mhm.
Let's let's move on from this and let's go back to the United States. Not the
Shirley,
divided states, not
Mhm.
the Trump states. It is and always will be the United States of
well, you want
America.
to know something?
We
Mhm.
may disagree,
Yeah.
and that's just fine and dandy,
back
but
in
let's agree to
2006,
disagree,
that's what Shirley and
but
I did back in
agree
two.
to actually bring this country back.
Mhm.
Shirley and I agreed to disagree back in 2016
Mhm.
when all this bullshit first started.
Yeah, and it's like earlier when we were going in the Facebook chat. I think it was Eyeshine who said, "Why can't we all just get along?" I said, "Like we can."
Right.
Exactly. This show, Beyond the Airwaves, has had and still has multiple people from multiple different religious denominations,
Mhm.
ba- uh, political backgrounds, viewpoints on many different things, and everything. Have you ever, in the history of this show, whether it be on BTR or on Twitch, our listeners I'm speaking to, have you ever seen us attack each other?
No.
I
No.
know.
I mean, if we have a disagreement, it's like, let's talk about it. It's like, I'll come up with mine, you come up with yours, and let's see what we can find out.
Yep,
Why
and
And when
can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know the song then, don't you?
Yeah. Mhm.
and even if we think we're going to come into conflict with each other, we always say something about it first. Like
Right.
for example, with Shirley being a Republican, or well,
former.
was a former Republican, and me being a left-leaning moderate, I consider myself a Democrat, but technically I'm in the middle, but
Mhm.
toward the left side. I would always say to Shirley, before saying anything against Trump or whatever, I know you're a Republican, Shirley,
Mhm.
but, and that shows respect and deference to her political beliefs,
Mhm.
which may not match mine.
Right.
And
But
because I took the time to acknowledge that, that means that she and I are not going to fight over nonsense because we already know we don't agree.
Mhm.
and
It
it
just
Exactly.
so happens that whenever that's
Shirley,
happened, it just so happens to be that whenever that's happened up to this point, we've ended up in agreement anyway. But
Mhm.
you get the idea.
Right.
yeah.
So if anybody thinks that because she's a Republican, or was, and I'm a Democrat, that we're going to come into conflict with each other, no. Why? Because we respect each other. We
Yeah.
respect each other's
And
difference
here's
of
here's
opinion.
here's another example, and I'm sorry to put your stuff that's going on tomorrow on blast, Tim, but
I haven't
you're
exactly
having
been keeping it a secret.
no, you're having surgery tomorrow to remove a gallbladder.
Yes,
And
I am.
I know for example that Shirley isn't so much religious, but she does support Christian beliefs.
Right.
I know my wife is a Lutheran,
Mhm.
and I know that Tim has always been a Christian, even though he does like have interest into the paranormal. I stated on one of our postings in our group chat a few days ago that on Thursday I'm going to be putting a lot of energy into keeping him as safe as I possibly can through my Wiccan beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Wiccan beliefs believe that magic exists and you can utilize it for whatever you need, but the law of threes has an effect. I told Tim I was going to put as much energy into him being just fine and dandy from that surgery as I possibly could. And I mean that
Mm-hmm. Because that's,
because he is my friend.
yeah,
He may be a Christian, he may be all this, but the fact that we may have these difference of opinions, but we
Uh,
respect each other because at the core, we're all fucking human.
I'll tell
exactly.
you something, Frodo. You're putting energy towards Tim is the equivalent of a Christian saying prayers.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
You know?
It is. And there are, I'm not going to lie too. I am a baptized Christian, but there are things that within Christianity that I don't entirely agree with.
Right. Same with
For
me.
example, as a Christian, I probably shouldn't be swearing, but yet I do.
Mm-hmm.
My church that I belong to does not believe in uh, same-sex relationships.
Right.
I do. I don't practice that belief. That's
Mm-hmm.
not my preference.
Right.
But I'm not going. But if there are two men or two women in a relationship that are both of legal age and they are legitimately interested in each other, I'm not going to care one iota what they do in their bedroom. Why?
Cheers.
It does not involve me. It
Mm-hmm.
does not impact me. I don't care
Yeah.
because they say that to love your neighbor as yourself. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm chastising them for their bedroom behavior that neither involves nor impacts me, am I really loving my neighbor
There you
as
go.
myself?
Well, you know what? As long
No.
as it makes them happy, I don't give a gnat's ass if the red, yellow, black, white, purple, orange, or Roy G. Biv, you know, as long as they don't come on to me. Hell, I could give you two examples. We had the nicest gay couple that lived across the street from us,
Mm-hmm.
and you never knew
Yeah.
what you never knew. And yet, by the same token, my dad worked with a gay guy, and he was like, "Oh, hello, sweetie," at work.
In other words, there'll be some gay people who overly
Flaunt it.
flaunt it, but there are others who don't.
Right.
And
And I'm not going to judge somebody whether they do or whether they don't. That's their preference,
Yeah.
not
Right.
mine.
Right. But
As
when,
long as
when
they are not hitting on me and expecting me to go along with it, I could care less what they do in their bedroom.
Right.
well,
Same
It
with
as
me.
doesn't
long
involve me. It doesn't impact me. I'm not going to tell you what you should and should not do.
yeah,
Bingo.
but this
Why?
was at work. My dad had to put up with that jerk at work with the
Well,
railroad.
you know why I tolerate all of this despite being a Christian? Serious answer. Because things change over time.
Yeah.
The church's position on different things has changed over time.
look at
But
Pope Francis, for
Yeah.
example.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally
mm-hmm,
said that no one should be disrespecting gay marriage.
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it.
Right.
But do not disrespect it.
How
Why?
about
Because
how
it's a
about
more common
transgender?
thing now.
How about
Anything,
transgender?
anything.
Same thing.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you
Anything.
what. There's a transgender girl that working at Walmart. She's transgendering to a male, and her name is Charlie.
Okay.
And
Sweetest
Charlie and
person you
Charlie
ever want to know.
and Charlie is a unisex name, so
That's
you
true.
can't really judge that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But
Because because if somebody says, "Well, transgender is wrong," then my question to you is this: what do you say about people who are born in the wrong body in their mind? Is their body wrong or is their mind wrong?
well, anyway,
If you're
she,
smart, you will say your body is,
Hmm.
because you can become a transgender and change your gender. You cannot, however, change what's in your mind and in your heart.
Yeah.
If I'm born a male but I identify as a female, you can change my body to that of a female. What you cannot do is change my mind into a male.
Right. Tim, could you
That's
back
why
off
it's
from your
all
mic?
about respect.
Tim, could you please back off on your mic just a little bit?
Yeah.
Jan, if I back away from my mic, you're not gonna hear it. You're not gonna hear me.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
All right. But I think now Sandra just said something that this is definitely why we're such a great group. I'm a Muslim and I respect all the religions out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajo.
Sajo, I
Um,
want to
And you
say
and you
thank
know
you.
what? And you know what? I do too. I actually took on purpose as an elective collegiate coursework to better understand the other religions of the world, so as to not intentionally or accidentally offend somebody.
There you go.
People back around the 9/11 attacks would always say bad things about Muslims because the terrorists were Muslims.
Mhm.
But I will tell you straight up, I have friends and former coworkers that are Muslim, and they are some of the nicest people I've ever met.
oh,
I
I hear
made
you.
that choice
Yeah,
so
there's like
I can be more inclusive and supportive and understanding.
yeah,
I
what's going
wish more people in this world would do that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I read somewhere it's like there's like over a billion Muslims in the world, but only about 1 to 2% are the extremists.
Yep. And look at us. Like I said before, we are completely different people. I'm wicked. You guys mostly are Christians, and yet what do we do?
We get along just fine. Because one thing about Tim and me, we're Christians. We're not fire and brimstone Christians.
Amen.
That's true.
If we had a fire and
And it's
brimstone
fine.
Christian sneak in here, oh man, would shit hit the
And,
fan.
and it's and it's fine that I don't agree with everything my religion teaches either,
Hmm.
because no religion is perfect.
No.
Things are not going to change if people blindly accept what they're taught.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean I should challenge everything, but if something doesn't make sense, it doesn't hurt to speak up and say, hey,
It's
this
like,
makes no sense.
yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why I left the Christian religion, was because the whole aspect, and I was a Westboro Baptist level
Ooh,
person.
wow.
And I basically got to the point where I was like, so God loves everyone, but God hates homosexual. What the fuck?
Anybody that would say that has never met God.
Yeah, you're right.
Ever.
Because
It,
take a
it,
look at there's one thing in
Because
the Bible. There's one thing in the Bible about Jesus went and helped the woman that they were stoning because she was allegedly a whore, I believe, if I remember the
yeah,
Bible.
that's a very good example.
She
Very
was a
good.
whore, and Jesus helped her up and said to the crowd, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone."
Without sin, that's the first stone.
Uh,
Yep, perfect example right there.
I remembered my
another
religion. I remembered a little bit of
We
the
are,
Bible.
another
we
example.
are,
At one point, a couple, a Roman centurion came to Jesus to ask him to bless his his friend, I guess is what would be good,
hmm.
but in all reality it was his homosexual lover.
Don't remember that in the Bible.
It's not something most people discuss. I think it was in it was somewhere in like Luke or something, but it's not even referred to as a homosexual lover. You have to read between all the lines.
Hmm.
But
Oh
yeah,
my knee.
Yeah, but I mean, but a lot of things going on. Stephanie Grisham has she was the chief of staff for the first lady. She's resigned. Uh, and Um, let's see. National Security
I wonder
Advisor
what
Robert
Melania is
O'Brien. He's
thinking on
considering
all this.
resigning. So it's like, oh boy, Trump has totally messed things up
I wonder what
today.
Melania is thinking about all this.
She probably gonna get divorced. It wouldn't surprise me.
you
I
know
wouldn't
what
be.
would be funny
What?
if she files divorce paperwork while Trump is still in office.
Oh,
Then
that'd
we
be
can
nice.
say Trump is a first.
You know what? I've watched a lot of these Vietnamese videos on
Facebook?
Facebook. You know how they file for divorce?
Oh.
The Vietnamese, one or the other, whoever wants the divorce, they file the papers, they present them to the spouse. Here, sign this, we'll be divorced.
Yeah, boy, lucky. Well, I don't know if it's that simple over there. I'd have to ask mom about that one. Her being
Well,
Vietnamese.
I'm just going by the videos.
Okay. Well, who knows? They may have changed by this point, but it's nice though. It looks like they're gonna
Whoa,
go. They're gonna.
whoa,
What,
whoa.
what,
What?
what,
What? What?
what,
What?
what,
What?
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 Some cabinet members holding preliminary talks about invoking 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office.
Yep,
Nice.
Yay!
I just read that. I'm so happy.
Oh, me too.
It's
The
four
only
and a half
problem is
years coming.
this should have happened 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but it's finally happening.
Because all these
Oh, I
people
could.
are finally waking up and realize just how dangerous Trump really is.
Was. What did
Is
Sarah just say?
because they know Trump is going to be a bitch about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch me. Leave me alone. I'll walk out on my own.
We'll
Nobody
see.
betrays his country better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Keep dreaming, Trump.
Here's the facts, okay? With with the cabinet doing this, I want to really say to Trump, look at hardcore Trump supporters, what does this tell you about your Lord and Savior, Mr. Trump?
Mm-hmm.
He's a royal fuck up.
He would be the first president to ever have the 25th Amendment invoked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ugh,
Is that
excuse
really
me.
what you would call a successful president?
No, not by a long
No
shot.
way. No way, no how, Jose.
Not by a long shot.
I someone who ardently hates Trump because of what he represents to our country, have to admit he has done at least one good thing.
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
He increased the age of sale for all tobacco products from 18 to 21.
Now, is that really going to stop the 18-year-old from
It,
sending in a
it
21-year-old to get cigarettes?
let me stop you right there. It stops them from buying them themselves, but they can still consume them if they choose to.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because your brain doesn't stop developing till the age of 26.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
fuck, I just screwed up.
if you take any kind of psychoactive drugs like nicotine, it's going to fuck you up for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, listen to this. World leaders have condemned disgraceful scenes at the U.S. Capitol. Here's some of them. Justin Trudeau from Canada. Canadians are deeply disturbed and saddened by the attack on democracy in the United States, our closest ally and neighbor. Violence will never succeed in overruling the will of the people. Democracy in the U.S. must be upheld, and it will be. And then we have Jacinda Ardern, who is the Prime Minister of New Zealand. Like so many others, I've been watching what's happening in the United States. I share the sentiment of friends in the U.S. What is happening is wrong. Democracy, the right of people to exercise a vote, have their voice heard, and then have that decision upheld peacefully, should never be undone by a mob. Our thoughts are with everyone who is devastated as we are by the events of today. I have no doubt democracy will prevail. Now, here's Boris Johnson from the Prime Minister in the UK. Disgraceful scenes in U.S. Congress. The United States stands for democracy around the world, and it is now vital that there should be a peaceful and orderly transfer of power. And there's some others, but I don't know which countries they're from. So,
Well, read off some of the names.
let's see. Giuseppe Conte, Italy. I am following what is happening in Washington with great concern. Violence is incompatible with the exercise of democratic rights and freedoms. I am confident in the strength and robustness of the institutions of the United States. And this one's from Colombia. I think it's Ivan Duque. I believe he's the president. We reject the acts of violence seen today during the Electoral College vote counting in the United States Congress, and I express my solidarity and support to the honorable members of Congress and to all U.S. institutions. Colombia has full confidence in the stability of the institutions of the United States of America, as well as its respect for democracy and the rule of law, values shared by our country since the beginning of our republic.
All right. See, we were the laughing stock of the world with that orange
Exactly.
Cheeto McFuckface, and sorry, Twitter, but it's true.
No, you're fine.
Mr. Cheeto McFuckface, we made us the laughing stock of the country.
Oh man, I didn't know about this. Some of the rioters, some of the MAGA fanatics actually erected gallows outside the U.S. Capitol, complete
I
with a noose.
I hope they get him down before daybreak.
I think they already got it.
Assholes.
But boy, this just been a tough day. But you know what? We're gonna get through this.
Oh, it's almost Among Us time.
Yeah. But
Almost.
seriously, we are going to get through this. Okay? No matter what happens, we are going to get through this together.
This is to the mob in DC. All right, you motherfuckers, get out of here now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't do Samuel L. Jackson decent. Who can?
Get your ass out of here, motherfuckers.
What'd you say, Tim?
I said, I said 2 minutes, motherfucker.
Okay, I think he's trying to tell us it's 2 minutes till.
No, it's not that. No, it was just something. It's a line Samuel L. Jackson said.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. That's the actual line.
Hmm.
Wasn't he in one
I
of the
said
DC
2 minutes,
Universe,
motherfucker.
Marvel Universe movies?
He was Nick Fury.
Okay.
Horrible Nick Fury.
Hmm. But I always like that one Spider-Man blooper where was it he closed the Spider-Man like closes the glass case, says, "You close the case on my line." It's like,
Oh, have you seen the
This
commercial for the
mother.
new PlayStation game?
what's the
This
game?
is J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh,
J.
that must be
Jonah
Spider-Man.
Jameson.
That must be Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's gotta be the new.
Yeah.
That's the new one.
It says, what will it take for you to believe that there are two Spider-Mans when they both pass right in front of my eyes? Hi, Jonah. Nice, festive. So, does that mean there are two Spider-Mans? Can't hear you. Jameson out. What is it? Because in the comic books, Jonah Jameson hated Spider-Man with a freaking passion.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And he didn't know that his best reporter was actually Spider-Man.
Hmm. Oh well. That's always the fun
So,
part.
since we're doing Among Us tonight, are we still going to do it on Friday?
Yeah, we'll still do it. We're still gonna do it. But like this is
Yeah.
gonna be now that Among Us Friday is on Twitch. This one tonight isn't.
Okay, I can live with
Plus-
that.
Okay.
Plus, I may, depending on how things go tomorrow, I might not be able to play on Friday.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly
That's
legit.
okay.
But I
That's why we're giving it to
but
you
I
now.
can play tonight. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing this for you, Tim. Right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, but but in all seriousness, today there were going to be some objections. I suspect now there probably will not be any,
No, I hope not.
because if they do, it's going to be hell all over again.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, you guys.
Yeah, you're fine.
I've got
you're
a
fine.
headache developing.
Oh, from all this. Well, hey, don't worry. Give us about 5 minutes and we get the chill. All right?
I may not join you guys for the game today.
Okay.
I may just go to bed and relax, and
Well, in that case, I'll host Among Us. I can do it for the first time.
you can do it.
Yeah.
Do you know how to open it up to the public?
Or open it up, at least we get a code anyway. Yeah, they have a host option. That part I could probably do. It's just the rest of it I'll have to figure out. But you know what? That's okay. I can learn. I love learning, remember?
Exactly. And honestly, it's not hard to remember the settings I've got.
Right.
15-second discussion, 45-second vote,
Mm-hmm.
5x on imposter, 1.75x vision on crewmate,
Okay.
and player speed 1.75.
Okay, that's cool. All right, but anyway, the show.
Actually, I think I'm gonna drop out right now because I'm gonna go
Okay.
take a rest.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Get
All
some
right.
rest. You've been through enough today. All right.
All right.
We've all been through enough today.
Yes, we have. But like I
Okay.
said, we are going to get through this mess. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
And
through
right
this
now, and once
together.
we get through this presidential mess, we can focus on surviving the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And who knows? I mean, if we can get more of the vaccine up, because think about this: Trump's Operation Warp Speed, slow to a crawl.
No, instead of being warp speed, what's the lowest speed on the Enterprise?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I got it. Instead of warp speed, it was tortoise speed.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Oh
everybody,
my.
thank you for tolerating us tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we normally do not talk politics, but tonight we had to do it because of what happened today. Because what happened today was inexcusable, unconscionable, stupid,
Unconstitutional on top of it.
unconstitutional, probably. You're right. On top of that, one woman is dead. We don't know exactly how. Okay? And for anybody out there who has the nerve to say this was a peaceful protest, you better get your damn head examined. Okay? Because it was
Get their
not
head. No,
a peaceful protest.
no, the people who think it was a peaceful protest need to get their heads out of their asses.
Hmm. I know. I had to block somebody because he was responding to Michael Bell, the voice actor. Michael Bell said, impeach the traitor. And someone said, oh, you mean Biden. And, he kept spouting off saying, it was a peaceful protest. Like, storming the Capitol is a peaceful protest. No, it's not. Stop. Okay?
Impeach the traitor. Biden's not even in office yet. How can you impeach him?
Hmm. Yeah, boy, Lindsey Graham's on the floor right now. He's been animated, but he's saying Joe Biden will be the president, Kamala Harris will be the vice president. I
Plain
think
and simple.
I think they have finally come to their senses. Like they're not gonna object. Not anymore. Thank God. All right. Well, anyway, we are running out of time, and it is almost 9 o'clock, and we did say we're going to play Among Us. So here's our plan. Tomorrow, of course, is Food Fascinations. Tim will not be here because tomorrow morning he has his gallbladder surgery. So Tim, you will be in my thoughts and prayers tomorrow. Okay, I promise.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Tim,
you.
I don't know if you can see me or not, but this is for you.
Huggle.
Huggle. There you are, Tim.
Yeah, but Food Fascinations will be fun tomorrow night because we're going to be talking about these crazy food challenges like that 72-ounce steak challenge with all the potatoes and such. So
Ugh.
we are going to have fun tomorrow night. We're going to get our fun back, okay?
Yeah.
But
And
anyway,
then,
and then Friday, it's Among Us night.
yeah,
So we're gonna make absolutely sure we have fun the rest of the week. Oh yeah, one other thing, and this is gonna be sad. Friday, the final episode of Jeopardy with Alex Trebek.
I think I'll watch that.
I will too, and I will probably be bawling right after. All right, so
Uh-huh.
let me go ahead and play my ending here. Hold on for 10 seconds.
1006, 1007.
You can stop. It was 10 seconds already.
I only made it up to 8. Okay, Tim.
You go,
1,000. Oh my.
good one.
1,000. Oh my.
Tim,
You
I
win.
don't know if you saw it or not, but here, group huggle.
Yeah, huggle. Yeah, but we will be praying for you tomorrow,
Back, back,
okay?
back, 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 back.
And don't even worry about the show tomorrow night.
Thank you.
We got it handled. All right. All right. So everybody, if you got through today, we're gonna be okay. All right. We're gonna get through this together. All right.
We're going
No
to get
matter.
through this together. Yeah, we're going to get through this together. It's a low commercial.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, that's all for tonight. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Seriously on the love. Okay, tonight. Seriously on the love. And we'll see you tomorrow night for Food Fascinations. So everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Night, y'all.